Hi and welcome to the Coffee Direct Kitchen. My name's Melissa and this is Sammy. Today we're going to show you how to make chocolate chip coffee cookies. They're the perfect snack for you on your own or to share with your family and friends or even work colleagues. First things first, get yourself prepared and preheat the oven to 180 degrees C or gas mark 4 and line a baking tray. Sammy's going to tell you what you need to make these.
Okay, so the ingredients you'll need to make the cookies. You will need 250 grams of plain flour, 175 grams of chocolate chips or chopped chocolate. We're using dark chocolate today, but feel free to choose your preferred chocolate. 100 grams of caster sugar, 4 tablespoons of instant coffee granules, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of boiling water, and 1 teaspoon of corn flour or cornstarch. You'll also need a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. You'll need 115 grams of unsalted melted butter and 50 grams of light brown sugar, if you can remember all of that.
And for the coffee drizzle, you will need half a teaspoon of instant coffee granules, 1 tablespoon of hot water, and half a cup of powdered icing sugar.
Okay, so to make the cookies, you're going to need to mix together the plain flour, the baking powder, the half a teaspoon of baking soda, the 1 teaspoon of corn flour or cornstarch, if it wants to come out, as well as a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and half of the quantity of the instant coffee granules, so that's 2 tablespoons. Okay, and then you need to mix that all together.
So while Sammy's showing you that, I'll show you the next step. Add the melted butter, the sugar, and that's both of the sugars, the brown sugar and the white sugar, if it will come out. And then add your egg. And then whisk them together.
So while Melissa's whisking, next step, you need to add the remaining coffee granules to a separate bowl. So that should be 2 tablespoons left. And then add your 1 tablespoon of boiling water to the same bowl. So it should be quite a thick consistency because you haven't added much water in there, and just give it a stir until it starts to melt into the water and turns into more of a coffee syrup. Okay, so when they're both mixed together, you need to add the coffee mixture to the butter mixture. Okay. And then mix together. So once that's mixed together, you need to add it to the flour mixture. Me and Melissa are cheating a little bit today because we have 2 people doing this, so we've sped up the process, but it should be quite a quick recipe to do at home on your own as well. So make sure you get everything out of the bowl. You don't want to leave anything behind. And then you want to fold that mixture together. Okay, so I'm going to hand the bowl to Melissa to carry on mixing that together, and it should eventually form a dough consistency. What we're then going to want to do is to add the chocolate chips, or in our case chopped chocolate, into the bowl as well, and Melissa will carry on folding that in. Okay, so eventually the mixture should turn into a dough-like consistency. I'm going to remove my rings and get a little bit more involved. So if it's being a little bit slow and a little bit resistant, just stick your hands in there, start to work it like you would with bread dough, and really mix everything together. And you should start to be able to smell the coffee coming through as well. So it does smell like cookie dough, but with that little bit of a kick to it. So when the mixture started to form a dough-like consistency, and it should hold together in one ball when you remove it from the bowl, take the bowl away. You can put the dough down onto the surface, and then you need your baking tray with your grease-proof baking parchment on top. What you're then going to want to do is to divide the mixture. So you're taking away small balls of dough, roll them together so it forms a much smaller individual ball, and then you're going to want to place those on the baking tray. Try and evenly space them. So it's going to take me forever, so I'm going to give Melissa half of the dough here so she can speed up the process. Okay, so when you're placing the balls of cookie dough on the tray, push down gently so they start to resemble something more like a cookie. Okay, so there's the last one. Again, just press down ever so lightly, and then it's ready to go in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Keep a close eye on them just in case they burn.
So, as you can see, these are ones that we made earlier. To finish these off, all we need to do is make a coffee drizzle to go on top. To do this, you just use your powdered sugar. It will go everywhere, so don't do that. The hot water and your instant coffee granules, and whisk them together until it makes a nice little drizzle. So when it's all mixed together and it's a nice thicker consistency, it should look about like that. It's ready to decorate the cookies with. And you can get as creative as you want with this, but just use a teaspoon and just drizzle it over the top like that. And there we have it, our finished chocolate chip coffee cookies. We hope you've enjoyed watching this video.
If you have enjoyed this video, head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for lots more recipe inspiration from the Coffee Direct Kitchen. Thanks for joining us today and enjoy!